this afternoon. This is our regular Monday meeting, July 26, 2017. Roll call and protocol has already been established. And been established, all council members are present. This time we're going to ask the administrators to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's have the invocation at this time. Father, we thank you today for this beautiful day, life and strength. Thank you again for all your acts of kindness, your goodness, your mercy, and your grace that you have stored upon us. We're so ever appreciative of it, and we don't take it lightly. Now we acknowledge you in this meeting today. We ask you, Lord, to just strengthen us and help us to discuss business and let what's right be done when we come out of this meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. We're going to follow the agenda as outlined. Number 3, approval of the agenda. The motion at this time to approve the agenda.
I make that motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, we ask for a second. Second, any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, approval of the minutes of 6/28/17, 06/30/17, the call meeting. This time we get a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, we need a second. Okay, we got a motion and we got a second. Do we have any discussion? All in favor of the minutes 28/17 and 6/30/17? Any opposed? All right, moving along with the agenda, new business. A, lease for convention site.
Yeah, this is a lease. Jack, you might know, Mr. Middleton had a convenience site spot there for, I think she had died for a few years back. 10 years ago. It's something we never did renew the lease on it, but I think the school came to attention for children. They got, the name of the property now is Old Palmetto, and they wanted to get it released. I think it's $1,200 a year. It's for convenience site.
Any motion on that?
You need a motion this time.
Make a motion to release it.
Second. Motion, and we got a second. Do we have any further discussion? No further discussion. All in favor of the lease for convenience site? Any opposed? All right, moving along. B, new business, the lead bank.
Mr. Chairman, this requires no action today. What prompted this item on the agenda is we've got an employee that's going through some serious illness. It's a fairly new employee, doesn't have any leave time left. So we're exploring having a leave bank where other employees can volunteer some of their leave time so this employee can stay out and continue to get paid. I've got several ordinances from 3 or 4 different counties. This time we'd like to bring all those together and bring a committee on to decide what's the best way to move forward with Dillon County. Just for information at this point.
Take the information and questions concerning the lead bank. There's no question, we'll move forward and we'll see this as for information. Thank you, Mr. Minister. I'm on 5C, redo smart alert monitoring with Encore for 1 year, $8,280.
This is something for our computer system. It's Encore through state contract. Danny uses them. So the system goes down there automatically. Will come in and repair it or get it back online without having to get an outside source.
We'll need a motion at this time to approve $8,280 for the Encore smart alert.
I make a motion we use smart alert monitoring with Encore for 1 year.
Okay, we need a second. Okay, we got a motion, we got a second. Do we need further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Right along with 5D, requirements by DHEC for post-closure, cost for landfill, $15,000.
Yeah, this has changed. DHEC, we used to always have to do a post-closure estimate. I used to kind of do it myself. Every 5 years we have to have an engineering firm to get this post-closure cost. And I think kind of next year I can kind of follow did, but every 5 years, one engineer to do it. If we ever got some Arcadias that does our landfill now, it's 15,000.
This time we will entertain a motion for the landfill at 15,000.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we got a motion, need a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Move right along. From the new business from 5E, windows at courthouse, Clerk Court Gwen Hyde, and Honorable James Lockett.
Mr. Chairman, we have Gwen here today, if she'd like to come forward, and this will be for information only at this point.
Yes, thank y'all for letting me come over today, and Judge Lockby's on his way, but I think he just got on 95. But I don't know if y'all have seen any of these pictures that were taken after Matthew.
I've seen them.
You've
I've seen
seen
pictures, I've seen pictures.
I don't know if our county council have seen any of these pictures. I would like for y'all to look at these pictures. The windows are really rotten away at the courthouse from all that rain, and they're bad. It's really bad. The water's coming in. And I'm not asking y'all for a lot of money, but if we could just appropriate so much money a year to do so many windows or something to keep the courthouse, you know, from rotting away. But y'all need to look at some of these photos. Could I pass these to you?
When has anybody looked at them and give you any kind of...
Tony knows quite a bit about it because he walked around with the people after Matthew, with all the flooding and stuff. But the water came in the windows, there was so much water. But it's really bad, and you know, I know we don't have money, but if we could just maybe appropriate so much money a year to do so many, you know, work on, or whatever we need to do. But this letter was with the pictures also, because the insurance company that was working with them, I don't know if we've got any money there to help or whatever. But it's really bad. If you know.
Is this in the courtroom or in your office?
No, it's all over the courthouse. The jury room that we got to use next week, though, you should see the windows in that jury room. They're really bad. If y'all could just walk over sometime and look at it, I would appreciate it. And here's a whole stack of pictures of the windows. And Tony probably could add something to that, because he knows about the terracotta and all that's up on top, Tony.
Yeah, they got to be resealed.
So the way this was going, the wood structure is gone also.
And it's really bad.
Gwen, address with him if you would. To my knowledge, we've got to abide by the historical preservation guidelines. So there's some guidelines that we'll have to follow that will be a little bit more expensive. I'll give you that just for information. We just can't go and Tommy can't throw anything up.
Yeah. But that's something we really need to address if we're going to keep, you know.
Anybody give you an estimate, got any estimate?
I don't think we've got estimates at this point, have you, Tony? I haven't asked you for estimates at this point, but we'll do that if y'all desire.
Like I say, and I know we can't do all this at one time, but if we could just appropriate so much, you know, year after year till we get them all worked on or something, that would be wonderful. You know, I got to stand up before now.
How many windows is it?
Oh, I don't know. Precious.
Probably half of them. A lot.
Yeah.
And the historical, they made out of teak wood, and the historical, they want to feel like with teak.
Windows would give you trouble before Matthew, wouldn't it?
Yeah, some of them were already leaking, especially like the jury room where, and then when Matthew came, of course, there was more water, and more water came in, and they're just rotting away.
So Buzzy, there's no insurance money that we can use for this. I think that's probably what you were getting at.
Probably good to get somebody to give an estimate, and that kind of way we have something to work on.
Think we won't get you up to this, Brandon?
No, because it wasn't as a result of the damage.
Yeah. Is he here? Okay. But if y'all would just look at that and come over to the courthouse and look at them, or talk with Tony. Hey, Judge, you got here. Or talk with Tony. Tony can tell you a lot more about the terracotta and all
Really
that
going
stuff.
by these pictures, Gwen, we really don't need to get a look at it. It speaks 1,000 words
Yeah,
right there.
it does. But I appreciate if y'all would, you know. think about it, and go look at it, but like you said, the pictures speak.
They do, and y'all spent so much money 17, 18, 19 years ago to make it into the magnificent restoration historical building it is that everybody in the county is so proud of. And it'd be kind of sad if we don't now get a hold of what's going on to make sure that we can keep it the way that you all spent so much money to make it, so that it still can continue to be around the state. There's not a lawyer in the state that doesn't commend Dillon County for the courthouse. Gwen knows it, and the judges too. It's a really point of unique pride that probably no other county has, what we have. Plus the architect who did it, such historical architect, Edwards, that is known throughout the state because what he did at the turn of the 20th century in architecture all over the southeast is the best Beaux-Arts, which is an American French style of architecture, classic style, that no other courthouse has. And you probably got the best example of Beaux-Arts architecture this side of Washington, D.C. So please consider what she said. We really have a wonderful, wonderful treasure, and I'm sure you all know the value of it. And as representatives of the city of this county, please make sure we address these things before it gets to the point that it's going to be a massive situation. That's all I wanted to add to that. I do have another comment about something else, but that's it. One other thing too, though. Any questions about that? I know Councilman Scott had a question. Any other questions about it from anyone on the county?
Well, if there's any money the state would be willing to help with the courthouse or the historical
I don't know
society
if we
through
could
the
work on
state.
a grant, if someone could work on a grant or anything like that. I don't know.
Could be looked at him, but one thing as far as windows, it may be that you all may have the funds to start phasing in something. And the problem is that if you get it too much with delay, and things get worse as if you wait a year, 2 years, that type of thing. So now what I would suggest you do is have someone now do an estimate about what it would cost to do what needs to be done, and that way you would have some knowledge about whether it's something that you all could phase in to do now, or whether you would need to seek some other funding at all. So I would think that would be the best thing to do, is to employ someone with the ability to know to do it, and remember it is historical structure, so that you want to keep it at the same quality it was when it opened in '99.
I got something I'd like to commend you on. You're the one that pushed for this to be done, what did you say, 19?
We began in 94, 95, but what just me, remember, I came over and brought it to the attention, but then you all appointed a commission, the county council at the time appointed a commission, and as Gwen knows, we met and we met and we met. And so it was the input of all the people involved, and then the county approving it, that got it done, and we all are very proud. Nothing can be said more than a lady who died about 5 years ago. Her family at the funeral mentioned that one thing she was proud about was that when she would ride by the courthouse, that she could tell people looked just as beautiful as when she was a child, and she was in her 80s when she died. And she said when people would come visit from all over the country as far as friends, she'd always make sure she brought them by the courthouse to show them the courthouse, And as Gwen knows, tourists stop in sometime from just driving down 95, and they'll see that little brown sign, and they'll come in and they'll stop, and they'll just want to walk around the courthouse. How many times we'll tour the kids from our schools come, and they want a little tour of the courthouse. So let's not lose that treasure.
I agree with the judge, we need to get an estimate, then we know what we're talking about. And maybe we'll start phasing in something before it gets too bad and costs us a lot more.
And I think most of it's the basics, like the windows, the problem with the leaks here and there. Those are real basic. Then the rest of it's going to be a lot of the basically upkeep. But the windows are the main thing, and then around the painting, the repainting, and then the upkeep of it. I don't think we're not here to talk about major structural things right now. We're talking really about the maintenance type stuff that we should one time, as Harold may remember, there was a discussion at one time to have a commission to come report to the county periodically about what's the condition, what needs to be done, so that if something small happened, it could be corrected at that time. Somehow that fell by the wayside, but that, with the treasure you all have in that building, that is something that you might want to consider, to have maybe a courthouse commission to keep coming back and let you know, and then you all decide, of course. When we did this in the 90s, I still had 20 years left on the bench. I only now have about 5 years left, so, I want this to go beyond me. For the people of this county, the children of this county that are now children who will be adults to one day, thank you all and thank the county for upkeeping that treasure. On another matter, though, as Councilman Moody knows, we're moving forth on a move that you all have authorized to try and have a capsule put back into the building in a cornerstone. I've talked to the Masons. Right now, in 1912, the Masons, or 1911, the Masons put a cornerstone there where they put a capsule with some things in it. Unfortunately, that capsule was opened. Wind was there. There's nothing there that was really you could do anything with. We left the capsule over here, and I think Clay tried to find some way of reinvigorating or whatever to see if he could save some of the stuff. I don't know what happened, but in any event, right now we have an empty capsule. I think the Dillon Harold was there. Where is Bessie? You were there involved. There was nothing we could say that I saw, but in any event, right now Gwen has a capsule, which is just a piece of tin. That was the problem with it. In fact, it wasn't weather related. We're now with the commission, with Harold's leadership, getting a capsule, and I've talked to the Masons about doing another cornerstone to the right of where the one is now to replace a capsule that we found that would be airtight and be sealed, and trying to get some things to put in it. We'll try and do this in December. Talked to Rodney about maybe making it a Christmas thing, and that we then would do something nowhere else in the state has done, and that is this. Think of it, lighting the magnolias at Christmas. Those 4 magnolia trees that we put in each quadrant of the courthouse, put lights on them, and on that evening put the capsule in, have the young people of Dillon County do it, and have it a 50-year capsule, so when it's open in 50 years, those same young people will be able to take it out when they'll be adults, and they'll be able to talk about Dillon as it was when they were children when they put it in, instead of having something for 100 years and no one's going to be around. And to put the capsule in by young people, have them do an essay, and I have an idea I want to tell you about the money for the essays, and to have a little ceremony that day. Right now, the tentative plan would be December the 9th, to try and get Harris Pastides. You Clemson fans, I'm sorry, but he's president of the University of South Carolina. The only reason for that is that he was the speaker was at 1911 was the University of South Carolina president. So it'd be interesting to have the same person, if not someone else, but trying to work him out to be here, and also have a governor come to re-sign, do a new reenactment of the signing of the charter that we can't find. Harold's doing a great investigative job trying to find one. As you all know, we don't have the original signed charter for Dillon County to have a reenactment of it, but try to do it on that day. When we did the courthouse opening on 1999 in July, we had prints that we printed up of the courthouse. We also had coins. And you all authorized us to sell those and use the money to have a fund in there for the courthouse. It raised $2,300. That money is still in the bank. I get a thing from the bank every month saying $2,300. I would hope that you all wouldn't oppose that we could use that money for refreshments on the day that we do this new capsule, as well as to maybe have some money to give an award to school kids who write essays about what it's like to live in Dillon, what Dillon County will look like in 50 years, but to use them for, use that money for some sort of the activity that if y'all would, I'm not sure I'm authorized to use that money because the commission y'all are going to set up, you never set up, so the money's sitting there, and I'm not sure who has authority to use $2,300. But if y'all would say we could use it to buy refreshments, to uses something for an essay contest for the school kids, that type of thing, we could do it. If not, I'll just turn that over to y'all. Y'all do what you want to do. But Harold has talked to you all about, we do need another magnolia tree. We don't have 3, one died. So for us to have lighting of the magnolias, we need a magnolia tree. As I understand from Harold, it looks good, we might be able to get one in the fall. Is that right, Councilman Moody?
Well, I've discussed it with Mr. Berry, and things look favorable when I talk to him. He's the man that writes the checks, not me.
But if we have that, that's what our plans are, of course. It's, we're going to meet again August 7th, but for us to have the lighting and magnolias, we got to have 4 magnolia trees, not 3. It would look kind of odd with 3. Okay, but, so we'll let y'all know. Y'all could at some point in time, though, let me know if y'all would approve that money or want me just to turn it over to you all. Mr. Berry, I wish you would look in to see that, if you would, Alan, about if that, how do we do that, if that's possible.
Got the quote for Mr. Tommy Taylor,
We got a quote for the magnolia tree, what, 15,000?
18.
1,800.
And that's everything.
Okay, that was a lot different.
You scared me.
Let me ask you a question. The state don't allocate your office no funding or anything? The state does not allocate your office any funding? There's no accounts, anything that you have money that you can?
I have a child support incentive account,
You limited on that?
I am. Yes,
Could use it for a loan tree or anything?
I don't think so.
That for the courthouse runs? Could you check on that and let us know something?
I will.
Thank you, man. Thanks, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank y'all.
All right. Moving right along, on the new business 5F, Marlboro Electrical right-of-way easement in the Fort Generator.
Mr. Chairman, Marlboro Electric has been talking with some folks who own some land near the inland port, and they need to install a generator that'll help support the operations of the inland port. The property owners are under an option to the county for that particular parcel of land, and what Marlboro Electric has asked us to do is to release our option on just that portion and agree to allow the easement to go into place. Our option currently says that the property owners cannot put easements on the property, so they'd be in violation of the option if they did that. And so on the 4th page of what you have under 5F, you'll see an option E acknowledgement, and that simply is giving them the right to actually acquire this easement and go forward with it, and that's what they're asking for approval on today.
Motion for approval of option, we done go ahead and agree. I make a motion to give that option. Okay, need a second? Second. All right, any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Moving right along to the new business, recognition request.
In your package, you have one from Glory Road Baptist Church, and they have attained a building which they have done a lot of work on. They painted the interior walls and replaced the carpet, but when Matthew came, it really did a lot of damage to them. So they have had barbecue sales and several yard sales and trying to raise money to help cover the cost. And they are asking if y'all will donate something to them. Archie, you're doing $250, right? Anybody else want to?
Who was that for, Jamie?
Glory Road Baptist Church, 1409 Highway 301 North.
I think that's Mr. Norman Davis doing that, I think. Ain't that when James is Norman Davis?
I don't know.
That's what
They don't say.
Norman Davis. My carry is,
How much?
I'll give on.
100.
Same thing, James.
Okay.
put me down for another agenda.
100.
Put me down for another record, I told you about, I'm going to make the call. Church we talking about.
Okay, then we have Diamondback Select. The Diamondback Select are requesting a donation of $250. This money will be used for things such as tournament entry fees and travel expenses. And this was from Stevie for $250. Oh, that's you 250, okay. Archie.
Steve, that's 250 per person or total?
No, no, no.
Total,
Yeah,
so you got it covered up?
yeah.
Think somebody else can donate or something.
Does anybody else want to donate?
You need something, you need something.
All right, then we have the Thunder Zone Martial Arts Academy. Y'all know this is Wayne Green, and we've done this every year. And he says that he would like for you to sponsor a ring, but it doesn't say how much.
It's 250, I think.
250, okay.
250 sponsor.
250. So is it any, Archie, you doing 250?
Yeah, sponsor. Anybody else call in?
250, Mr. Buzzy?
Yeah.
Anybody else? 250?
Yeah, you want me to split one?
No, just give 250.
Are you going 250 too, Jack?
Jack knows all that kind of
Steve, you
stuff.
250?
I just paid all yours, Robert.
Bobby, are you doing 250?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, can I ask Judge Lockman something? Judge, we was under the impression.
I don't know any martial arts.
All right, we was under the impression that fee was $15,000 or $18,000, you saying they $1,800 now?
That's what they just said, the first, they
That's
thought
what
the quote was
Tommy Taylor
It
18,000
just
at
don't
first,
know me.
and now it's 1,800, so
That's why I said what I said. I
that's a
wasn't
beautiful thing.
Yeah, so it's $1,800, not
1,800,
$18,000.
that's put the tree in, putting it in and everything.
But it's gonna be not just a twig, it's gonna be a tree.
No, it's a,
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be about the size of.
That's good.
Yeah, I
Y'all need to
think.
prove that right now, get it done.
Did they how quick they could get that done?
This fall.
Huh?
This fall. I'll put it in the fall.
Yeah, got the wet, for the heat to go away.
Okay, then we have Dillon High School Marching Band Battle of the Bands. Stevie's given $100. Anybody else want to contribute to that? 100. Then we have the annual Mentor Picnic. The community picnic will be held August 18th, 19th, and 20th, 2017. To make this a success, we need the help of our community and local businesses. We would love for you to make a donation to assist in our endeavors. We are planning a fun-filled gathering with food and various games for the kids. Any donation that you can provide would be greatly appreciated.
Who's name on that? Who's over there?
Derek's the one that Derek Graves is called, but Chanel Graves is usually the one that does it.
Thanks for putting me out there. $50.
50. 50.
You give it all away, baby.
Okay, and then I have one last one, I think. Dillon County Fire Department Station 3, they are having a family fun day on August the 12th for their volunteers and their families from 10 to 2 with lunch provided. The purpose of this is to recognize our firefighters for their hard work and training over the past year and the new lower ISO rating they have achieved. Following this event, we are hosting an open house from 2 to 5 for the public to come and meet those who serve them, see our equipment, tour the station, and have any questions answering regarding station number 3.
Where's Station 3 at, Jane?
That's Lakeview.
Lakeview?
We are requesting your help with funding the meal and possibly the bouncy house rental for that day. You are all invited to celebrate with us also. John Smith.
I'll give them one.
250.
Okay, and Archie, what was that other one that church, you don't know the
You
name?
gotta pay for the car. You just drive the car back, bring it to you.
Okay, how much are you giving to that one? 100? Okay, that's all I have for right now.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Still, we need a motion to approve the recreation request.
I make that motion.
Is there a second? No further discussion. All right, all in favor of recreation request? Any opposed? Move right along. 6 on the agenda, finance report.
Yeah, I've changed a little bit around in what we had in the past. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer to see what kind of funds will available to us at the present time. Currently in the general fund account, we have 2.8 million. Out of that general fund, we still got payroll and some accounts payable to be paid out of that. And also the land purchase is coming out of that. So bottom line is the net unrestricted funds that we have available to us is $1,042,000. Also, when he kind of listed what we had in the restricted funds, these funds we can't really use, set aside for a specific purpose, but it has the Latta area. It's $173,000. Lakeview infrastructure is $521,000. The Marlboro Electric got $500,000 in there. That's for the site development project. The other part of it, I don't have it itemized out, but that deals with the sheriff, clerk of court, child support money, that sort of thing.
All right. Any questions? Not, we move right along. On 7, administrative report. A, employees, department head of the month. B, Mayor Library presentation. And C, law enforcement. Appreciate it.
And we'll start with the employees of the month. Mr. Chairman, do you care to join me down here to get a picture? If you like. Let me call Tony Carter up. We have a department head employee of the month, and Tony goes above and beyond. Anything we ask here, puts Johnny on the spot, and he always tries to save money. That's the best thing I like about it. So for all your efforts, you want to come out, huh? For all your efforts, we want to give you this half bottle. We got a $50 gift certificate for you. We thank you for all you do, and I mean that. You come to work with a smile on your face, and we've got a lot of employees like you, but you certainly serve as an example. I'm going to put your picture in the paper. You want? Or you want? Thank you. Next, I'd like to call 2 people down there, employee of the months, and how we get these folks is your department head sends in stuff on you, and they just had rave reviews about you, okay? So we appreciate them doing that. We appreciate your efforts. Daniel Moody and Angela Jackson, we've come down and have your picture made. I won't pick with you. They won't skip it to you. Amen. Thank you. All right. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Be on this side. Not that strong.
Big boy, you stand aside there. Don't make it mad.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Next thing that I want to, Judge, can you hit those lights? Will you hit those lights right there for us? We're going down to Hilton Head. We're going to the Association of Counties. There's a coveted award there that we all know about. It's called the Barrett Livermore Award. It's a regional corporation award. All the regional corporation we've had in the Inland Port, I think, puts us in a good standing to compete for this. I have here, council's already seen this. This is the meat and substance of our what we'll present to them. This has a lot of solid, good information, a lot of stats and things of that nature. So I've already had to send this out, so we hit them hard with the meat and substance, but we also all have 10 minutes that I'll present Saturday. So what we want to do with this particular piece here is just kind of soften it up a little bit, okay? So this will be the quick little award. I'll work on a little bit between now and then, but Dillon County 27 Larimore Memorial Regional Corporation Award. Okay, we're going to tell the story. In the beginning, there was a young man named D.C., Dillon County. He was a poor man and often ridiculed for nicknames such as Corner of Shame. His parents believed in him. D.C. was a handsome man and had great attributes. Well, our parents, of course, is County Council. County Council believes in Dillon County. Okay? The attributes of D.C. are, of course, we've got the CSX Railway, the main Class A rail line that you can double stack. Big, great attribute. Also, Interstate 95. It's the road of gold. So many people would love to have I-95, and we literally can spit on I-95. What a great asset. Attribute. DC's parents invested in him to ensure a successful future. This is what I've watched these guys do time and time again since I've been here. What have they done? They've certified industrial parks. That means a lot in economic development, does it not, Mr. Crowther?
Yes,
Congressman Rice's office there, thank you for being here. What else have we done, Winter? Major improvements on water and sewer improvements. We've seen that throughout. That's not a sexy thing, right? It's not sexy to put infrastructure down, but that's something that we've done and it's paying off in a big way. And what we're paying on now, we've got a main gas line. So many counties, because they don't have a main gas line. We make our last payment in November, and this is great attribute. Because of DC's attributes, he caught the eye of a beautiful, important lady, Miss Porter. Okay, that's the South Carolina Ports Authority, all right? DC and Miss Porter recognized the Proper's future together and tied the knot on March 10th, 2017. We married the port. This is our wedding ceremony that many of you have attended right there, the groundbreaking. At the wedding, all the wedding guests who were important in the lives of the bride and groom were greatly blessed by DC and Porter's lifelong commitment. Okay, who was blessed? These are the bridesmen and the groom. We've got Dillon County, Marion County, Marlboro County, Duke Energy, NISA, South Carolina Ports Authority, State of South Carolina Commerce Department, CSX, SCDOT, Marlboro Electric, and the list goes on. These are the primaries. VIPs even commented on how beautiful the wedding was. Well, in our presence that day was the governor. We spoke about the wedding. We also had Senator Hugh Leatherman, one of the most powerful men in the state, that had a lot of kind words about the wedding. And a host of other folks, including Congressman Rice and our local delegation here, Senator Williams and Representative Hayes. Very soon after the first child was born, the investment became a reality. Okay, our first child, DC and Porter's first child, was the Harbor Freight expansion, which we're worst kept secret in the world. We're about to announce, but everybody knows about it. $80 million investment, 400 jobs. That was the first child of DC and Miss Porter. DC and Porter are enjoying the process of making babies. What is that? That's all the companies that are calling us now. Tony McNeil, am I telling these folks stories? No, you're right. So we hope to have a lot of children by way of many companies.
A lot of children.
Okay, back to the old adage. DC's village. It takes a village to raise a child. What's our village? State of South Carolina, CSX, NISA. Marlboro County, Marion County, Marlboro Electric, Duke Energy, South Carolina Ports Authority, Harbor Freight Tools, and actually there's a lot more in our village. So I believe that's the conclusion. Because of all the joint efforts, Dillon County is alive on I-95. So that's what I'll present to the group in our 15-minute presentations. Excited about the opportunity to bring home this most coveted award. Thank you. Item C, Mr. Chairman, I want to make everybody aware for the past 3 years, I've been a part of putting together a law enforcement appreciation dinner. This has been Dillon and Marion County Before I was in Marion County, we held it at Donnie Gerald's place. This year, we're gonna have it in Dillon County. It's at Buckhead Ranch. That'll take place on August 8th at 6 p.m. We're all invited. We'll have all law enforcement from Marion and Dillon counties, SLED, highway patrolmen. We've invited judges and all elected officials. We'll have that right here in Dillon County. Thanks to Anderson Brothers Bank who's underwriting this entire thing here. Mr. Chairman, if I may just take a couple of liberties, a couple of things just came online that I'd like to present to you. One is there is an invite from the McNair Law Firm on Monday night at 7 p.m. Before you leave. You know, we have other engagements while we're down there. Before you leave, if you'll let Jamie Sue know if you can make that one. Of course, McNair is the one that represented us in the harbor, all the Harbor Freight expansion. And then we'll have the Public Works to bring before you the lease agreements or the proposal of lease agreements for motor graders. We've got one down now that the company's brought that they're test running. They let us test run it for a week. They just got it today, so I'll have Steve to report how much they like this equipment we're talking about. And just to put on your radar, one thing we're going to have to address is kind of a good thing. Charles Taylor's got some appointments, some big appointments with Harbor Freight and the Ports Authority, the Dillon Port, about providing trash bins. So we're going to be faced with making a decision, or we're going to start investing in some cans for return on investment. But I'll bring that to you to see if it makes sense not in a later meeting, okay? And that's it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Barry. All right, anybody got any questions? Moving right along to number 8 on your agenda. We have an executive session for a legal matter, treasurer's complaint. This time we need a motion to do an executive session.
Make that motion, we go.
We need a second.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, action taken in executive session, and there can be no action taken, such as voting. For you that are in the rest of it, anytime a governing body votes, they have to vote out in the open. They go behind closed doors and vote. The law does allow us to have an executive session, and the law does spell out that there are certain things that we can have executive session for, such as a legal matter and stuff of that sort. And it does have to be on the agenda, and the agenda does reflect that, so I just want to kind of, sound that into your ear. However, we're back moving along with the agenda under 9 ordinance A, second reading, and ordinance authorizing execution of a fee in lieu of tax agreement by between Dillon County, South Carolina, and the companies known to the county at this time is targeted Honey Hill with respect to certain economic development property in the county whereby such property will be subject to certain payments in lieu of tax, including the provision of certain special source credits and other matters related thereto.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think Tony's here, but they run together for me, but I think this is the $15 million investment and 100 jobs. I think we gave them 6% special source credit for 40 years, which is the norm. There was no special source revenue, so we didn't give anything beyond the normal.
This time we need a motion pass the second reading of an ordinance authorizing execution of the fee in lieu agreement between Dillon County, South Carolina, and the companies known to the county at this time is Project Honey Hill with respect to certain economic development property in the county whereby such property will be subject to certain payments in lieu of taxes, including the provision of certain special source credit and other matter related thereto. Need a motion to that effect.
I made that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion for the second reading. Need a second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Not all in favor of the second reading? Any opposed? All right, moving right along with ordinance 9B, first reading ordinance, issuance and the sale of a Dillon County, South Carolina special source revenue bond, Harbor Freight 2 project, series 2017, in the principal amount of $1 million in application of the proceeds of said bond to pay a portion of the cost of certain road improvement in Dillon County serving economic development projects and other matters related thereto.
Gentlemen, this is a special source revenue bond ordinance in the amount of $1 million as the title says, and it's going to be used help pay for part of the road improvements going into the expansion that we were just talking about off Fairfield Road. It'll tie into what's now Industrial Park Boulevard, I believe. And it's going to be some expense, and we're asking for first reading on approving the special source revenue bond as a source to pay for that for this time. A few details to work out before second reading, but
And we pay a third of that.
That's correct.
We have to pay a
That's
third.
correct, Mr. Buzzy, and the good news about this particular road, we got RIF funds from the state. We thought we was gonna be $1 million short. Now, because the land has come shy of what we thought it was, we have a little over $400,000 in the good. So, once that's determined completely, we can apply that money to this road, and the special source revenue bond will be considerably less, at least $400,000 less. So that's one of the pieces of good news is that don't come often.
It's time we need a motion to approve the first reading of the special source revenue bond.
Make a motion to have first reading.
All right, just need a second. Second. All right, got a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? Not all in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving along. C, first reading ordinance to provide supplemental budget appropriation for the county purposes in the county of Dillon for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2017, ending June 30th, 2018. Adopt and implement rates and fees and other tax purposes and county appropriation purposes, and to establish the tax millage to provide for the budget. I need a motion this time to pass first reading of the supplemental budget.
I make that motion to pass the first reading.
Okay, we need a second.
Second.
All right, do we have any discussion? All right, no discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving right along with the agenda, number 10.
Opposed, who was opposed?
Steve.
All right. Okay. All right, moving right along, 10, council comments. Any council member has any comments they would like to make at this time, feel free to do so. Okay, if not, we're gonna move along to 11, number 11 on the agenda. This time we will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn?
Make that motion to adjourn.
Okay, we got a motion, we got a second.
Second.
All right. Second, any further discussion? Not? All in favor of adjournment?